Do you want to install Windows 11 or 10 and keep all your files? The only thing you need really is a USB stick and some knowledge from this video. So continue watching until the end. So what I'm going to explain to you is how to transfer your files to a new drive and then make a clean install Windows, which will solve all your errors and problems you've probably been facing. The first thing you need to make sure you have is Ventoy, because we need to boot on Windows 11 and another program called Hiren's Boot, wherefore we can access the Windows files without corrupting anything and transferring everything without any problems. To install Ventoy, make sure you watch this video on the channel, because here I'm showing you how to install it, and a lot of people have liked this video, so you should probably watch it. It's down in the description. So that means you can put ISO files on your USB stick, just like me. So Hiren's Boot and then Windows 11, which you can easily install by scrolling down here, going to download Windows 11 or 10 disk image ISO. Make sure you select the language and download now. Make sure you watch this video on the channel so you can learn how to install Windows 11 completely for free without any of these annoying checks while installing Windows 11. So now we have that out of the way. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and now I'm going to show you how to transfer your files to a new USB. How to transfer your files to an external drive and saving all your data while installing a new Windows without any problems. So right here I have my HP laptop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug my USB stick inside it. There you go. So after doing this, I first have to go to Windows Explorer by pressing Windows key and E. This will allow me to open Explorer, and you can already see my Ventoy drive right here, and of course the local disk, which you can see right here. The only thing you need to know is that you need a storage disk that's big enough. So what I recommend you do is probably get an external drive of at least 1 terabyte, probably even 2. These things can probably cost around $50 at minimum, but make sure you get one with an USB port, because this is very simply to put in your PC. So let's say, for example, that this Ventoy drive right here is my external drive, and the C drive is my Windows. The only thing I have to do right now, and that's very important, is to transfer the files to my external drive. But we can't do this while being inside of Windows itself. This Windows doesn't allow us to transfer files while it is still on. So what we have to do is boot up to Hiren's Boot. How to do this is very simple. Go to this start icon with Windows. Then make sure you press on this shutdown button. Then you see the restart button. Hold down Shift and then press the restart button and hold down Shift while waiting. Now it says please wait instead of restarting. Now you can let go. Now it is going to go into advanced startup options, which will allow us to boot up to Hiren's Boot, and which will allow us to transfer all files from the drive to your new external drive. It's going to say please wait while showing the Windows icon. By the way, this is the same on Windows 10 than on 11. Now we're going to see this menu right here. You will see continue, troubleshoot, and turn off PC. If you don't see the option to start up your drive, just like I see here, we have to go to troubleshoot first. After doing this, go to advanced options. Now make sure you find UAV settings. If you don't see that, just like me, it means you have an older system, which is probably a legacy. That doesn't really matter. We just have to do it a little bit more complicated now. It's not very difficult. What we have to do is to go back while clicking on this icon right here, then go back again. Now we just have to turn off the PC. After turning off the PC, what we have to do now is start it up again, press delete, F2 or probably F10, depending on what you see on the first screen you're seeing, and that's called a post screen. So I'm going to do that. Press delete. I think it was delete with my system. No, it's not, because it asked me to boot to my Windows, which I don't want. Pretty sure you have to keep trying this until you get it, and hold down shutdown button. Now maybe it's F10. Keep pressing it multiple times, and if you get it correctly, you will be sent to the BIOS. Make sure you go to BIOS or Setup. Enter Setup. It will be in your screen. So make sure you press the right button. I've tried multiple times. I finally got into it. If you can't figure it out, please comment down below or go to a Reddit community, which is Diphonus. So now the next step. Let's go to System Configuration. On my screen, this appears. Could be a possibility that you have a blue BIOS or a more advanced BIOS, but this is a HP laptop. So it could be different. Just comment down below. System configuration. Then go to boot options, which is the place where you need to go. So if I look right here, I have to go down. We have to make sure that USB boot, of course, is on. We have to boot on the USB. Then you can see that my boot mode is on UAV and hybrid with TSM, which means that I can boot on legacy and UAV, which can increase the chances of booting to the USB stick. Make sure you change this if you can't boot to the USB stick after this step. So now I have to make sure that my OS is below my USB stick. So I just have to press button to go down, and now my USB hard drive is primary. So I just press enter, and now I have to save, which I can do right here, and then click on yes. After doing this, I can press and escape, and then it's going to ask for save changes. So let's do that. What you can do is press F10. I'm pretty sure it takes you to save and exit too. And now I'm gonna press enter, and it's going to start up on my USB drive. If it's not doing that, just like it's doing with me, there's a possibility you have to change the boot mode. Then let me try to get back in the BIOS. For example, here you can see some options of my own HP. I press the button that you can see the options. And here, would actually zoom in a little, you can see that I have the BIOS device options right here, which means I can directly boot to the USB drive or go to the BIOS. If you can find this option, boot device options, you'll have a higher probability to really boot to your USB drive. Let me just zoom out again. And I'm going to press F9 to go and boot to the USB drive. Now I want to make sure that I have my USB drive selected, which is this one, my SanDisk Ultra. I'm gonna select it, and my PT is loading, which means my Ventoy is finally started up. Now make sure you select your Hiren's boot. Let's do that right here by pressing enter and then booting in normal mode. By the way, I'm very sorry about the quality of the other phone, but this is the best way I can do it while still maintaining this quality. Probably next time will be way better when I'm installing Linux and all, and comparing Windows versus Linux. I know you want to see that one. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay tuned. It's gonna take a moment. It's going to load the files from the USB drive, and afterwards we can finally transfer your files. Make sure that you also have your external drive plugged in while doing this. Otherwise you probably have to restart because it is not found by the OS yet. And the OS is of course Hiren's boot, which is a sort of Windows 11 version, but it allows you to do many things with tools and look on the back side of your Windows transferring files and all without any problems. Make sure you transfer all files. There's a possibility you have multiple drives. Transfer all files to make sure you don't remove the right or wrong one. I mean, you don't remove the wrong one. If you have a PC or something, just take out the SATA cable, which is probably red. And after doing this, you should be able to go and reinstall Windows without taking the risk of deleting your hard drives. It's taking a moment because this laptop is a little bit older than all of us. No, of course not. I'm pretty sure it was a 2016 model. So it's gonna take a moment. It's gonna take a while, but after that, it's probably going to be showing a Windows 11 icon, which means you're booting to your Hiren's boot after, of course, doing Ventoy. There you go, Hiren's boot is now started up. Still has to initialize some things. And before we begin selecting all your files, make sure you press copy and not cut, because you want to be keeping the data on the drive if something goes wrong. But I'm going to assure you with this video and these steps, you're not going to do it wrong. And if you have any questions, don't be shy to ask down below. We'll help you directly before any mistakes occur. So now it's going to initialize connecting to Wi-Fi and all. I of course have not configured anything, and anything you do configure is going to be reset, which doesn't really matter. All the files we have is exactly here on the PC, which we need. So now everything is started up. You can press Windows key and then E. After doing this, we'll open the Windows Explorer and will look a little bit different than normally. So right here, we have the C drive, which is my Windows because I can see that of the storage. My USB drive is 64 gigabytes. Right here we have the F drive, which is probably a part of this Hiren's boot. Ventoy, which is most definitely my USB drive. I've named it. And System Reserve, which you don't have to look at, and the other one, boot. So this one and this one is the only ones we have to be looking at. My Ventoy drive, which is my supposed external hard drive. We've already booted to it, and I don't have an external drive right now. But I'm going to show you which files you need to transfer. Go to the C drive, which is your Windows. And how you can see this is by double clicking on it and then seeing these files, which are program files x86, program data, Windows, everything like that, users. You can see this all here. So the only files we really have to transfer, look and don't make any mistakes with me. I'm gonna zoom in for you. There you go. Follow my steps. Documents and settings. Then hold down Control. Holding down Control, you select the next one. Program files itself. Then program files x86. Scroll down. Make sure you keep them selected. And scroll down. Make sure you have them all selected. Otherwise you could do this separate, but make sure you press copy. Please press copy. So now program data, users, you can see this right here. And then the last one, oh no wait, don't copy Windows. Windows itself is of course specifically Windows 11, which has the errors and all. And you don't want to combine a different Windows with a new Windows. You don't want to do that. So listen up, if you scroll down, this is all you need. So what I've selected right here, and it could be a little bit different, for example, documents and settings could be different for you. Documents and settings, program files, x86, program data, and your users folder. These are the 5 important ones. The rest we can reinstall. For example, Intel, which is, for example, your drivers and all. You can reinstall all of that if you have Wi-Fi. So now what we need to do is copy, don't cut. What you can do is right click, then press copy. You can see this right here. Copy as an option. Make sure you press that. Then you go to a new disk. I'm gonna go to this PC. Then what we can do is go to the external drive. So let's say that this is my external drive. Let's go. And then just make a beautiful folder, probably with the date. Hey, this is my files. So I'm just gonna do that. For example, I'm not gonna copy it. It doesn't fit on the USB drive I have. We go new folder, backup, Windows 11. My date is 01/03/2025, which is my date. And then I'm gonna go here and press Ctrl+V or right click with paste. There you go. Gonna unblur it, sorry. There you go, paste. Now it's going to copy and paste everything. I can actually press it. You can see that it's gonna work. I ain't lying or anything. You can actually see that it's doing things right there. And it's copying all the files. Of course, I'm not gonna do this because I have a USB drive and it doesn't fit all of it. But make sure you press copy, because this means you would have a backup and afterwards you have to check everything. The reason why it's not working is because I'm transferring to the same drive which it is booted on. So I can't really transfer the files here. But you can also do if you don't have an external drive. Very good tip. You can copy all of those files to your Google Drive. So I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. You can see right here we have Firefox and Chrome. Whatever you want to use, I don't care. Firefox is probably faster because we don't have a lot of RAM. Well, yeah, this is an older laptop. You have to get Wi-Fi. So what you can do is go to the right side here and then enable your Wi-Fi. There you go. You can see all the network things. Don't try to hack me. And then go and log in your Wi-Fi. You can do that. Go to your Google Drive, which is drive.google.com. Drive.google.com. I'm just gonna put it. There you go. Drive.google.com is your Google Drive. And I think OneDrive.com is your OneDrive, or you have Apple Cloud or iCloud. Yeah, you know. It doesn't really matter. You can also copy it there and then later download it on your new system. You don't have to do it any other way. So an external hard drive, which is probably going to cost you 50 to 60 euros, or enough storage in your cloud drive, which also works. And after doing this, what you need to do is to do the clean install. On the video I've shown you how to do Windows 11 installation. Otherwise just comment down below. I will help you step by step. After having a clean installation, you can transfer all of those files, download them, and put them in the same folders. Remember, I'm going to give you a tip. I'm going to go to my folder, C drive, and then we go to users. I'm going to give you 2 tips right here you need to use, because applications probably won't work. I mean, they work, but they won't appear in your start menu, which is this one. And this is of course Windows 7 version, but you know what I mean. The search bar you can find on your own Windows 11. You probably won't be able to find the apps there. So let's go first to the apps. You will find them in Program Files and Program Files x86. So if I click right here, you can probably see some files I have on my own laptop right here. And then we have Program Files x86, which actually also has some files. And most of these files are Windows related, which means if you reinstall them, I mean, if you transfer the files, they probably will give you errors and all because they already work on your new system. You don't have to really transfer these, but make sure you do so you don't miss any of the other application data. So those are the places where you can find your apps. Make sure you reinstall all of them. Just go to the website, download the exe file, do the setup. After doing that, it's the same location, and then you will make sure your applications work. The next step is users. Because there's possibility after configuring your Windows that you have different names for the user. So here in users, we have the piano laptop user and public, which is standard. So everything here except piano can be different. I mean, piano can be different, the rest is always the same. Because this is a user. Let's say that my next user is named different. So for example, Peter, I give my real name instead of this username, and you would have files in this folder, which won't go automatically to your new Windows account. So let's say this is the new Windows account. Go to your original user, which you have downloaded from the cloud or external hard drive. Go there and copy everything you see here. Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and then you can easily copy that to your new user account on your new Windows. Make sure you do this because that means that we will see every single file on your desktop, on your downloads folder, everything like that will be the same. So make sure you follow all of these steps correctly, and after doing this, you should be able to have a new Windows with your own backup files. Make sure, if you have backed up your files, that you keep them, because there is a possibility one day your computer may break or something. I don't know, you would have your files on a backup drive or cloud storage, whatever. I also have a very good tip for you. I'm going to show that on my own system, which is restore point. Just type it in the start menu, create restore point, then very easily go to configure, make sure you turn on system protection and do at least 1% of restore points, which is going to use 1% of your storage to have all the latest restore points. I do recommend you're above probably around 30 to 40 gigabytes because it wouldn't cost too much and you have way more backups than you need. So right here, go back and go to create. After creating a restore point, you probably want to do it. You probably want to type date, your backup, this 01/03/2025. After your system breaks, it will allow you to go back to this restore point where your system was still working. Very great tip. Will actually pop up automatically if your system breaks, Windows doesn't work. It's great to have it. Whew, that's a big breath of conversation. I want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can make this USB stick. I can give you way more tips. Windows related, Linux related, best apps, everything like that. Check them out on our channel. We will continue to make more videos and to see you in the next one. I want to thank you for watching. Goodbye again.